keep costs low, success.
It's appropriate. The birthday of Jesus.
Three cows, a pig, and a parakeet. This is Ballyard Baseball. It's a great day at the Ballyard. This is River Morgan, overlooking the best ballpark in ball. It's our first ever doubleheader at the Ballyard tonight. Game 1, Duck Ditch Dots. Fans are streaming, pouring, disembarking from the flyover gondola. Sugared Work broadcast features real world in-game philanthropy. Toys for Tots continues as our holiday and New Year beneficiary, because every child deserves a little Christmas. You can find all things Ballyard Baseball at ballyardbaseball.com. Playoff spots are up for grabs tonight in Game 1 of our doubleheader. Both of these teams are in the hunt. Duck Ditch Dots and Coach Pablo Painter, Highland Island Yeti, and Coach Shaggy Brown. The stars are out tonight for Game 1 of our first ever doubleheader at the Ballyard. Humongous matchup with a playoff berth taunting these two teams. Dots and Yeti. Ballyard Baseball is next on the Ballyard Baseball Network.
BBN.
Theater of the Mind. The Palace of Pong, the place for paddles. Ping Pong Palace, where ping pong players play ping pong and people populate pre- and post-perfect performances at the Ballyard. Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong. Purchase pop, popcorn, pizza, pastries.
Take it from me. Ping Pong Winchester. The place for Pong is Ping Pong Palace.
Ping Pong Palace, positioned perfectly for our population, perpendicular to the pit, plus pleasant proximity to our pristine pond. Please, pop in for Pong. You're listening to Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network.
It's the top of the first. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 0. Sherlock W is at bat. Chester H pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. Lineup changed. Chester H in at pitcher.
Thank you, Morgana. Play-eye by play-eye. Morgana artificially intelligizing from her computerized robot box. Morgana with us tonight. River Morgan with you at the Ballyard. Back here at the Ballyard at Sugar Lake, where the dugouts are always clean, the umpires are always right, and nobody forgets their water bottle. Always great to have you with us at the Ballyard. It's where we want to be, where we want you to hang out with us. Great matchup tonight. We'll get right to the action. Duck Ditch Dots, Highland Island Yeti, the delay pregame tonight. Our second game of our doubleheader, prenatal prospects, elite prospects, gold, platinum, elite. Coach Max Alpha and his elite prospects, gold, platinum, elite, staged a sit-in on the infield. They wanted to play first tonight because both teams have been eliminated mathematically from the Ballyard Series. The top two teams out of 6 advancing to the best-of-3 Championship Ballyard Series. Took a while for the commissioners and the management of the Ballyard at Sugar Lake and Ballyard Baseball to appeal to the squad. Almost never an unpleasant moment here at the Ballyard at Sugar Lake, but took a few moments to explain why we would keep the schedule as is. And here we go with Duck Ditch Dots, Highland Island Yeti, Chester Hazawa, Finnegan Hoff with the Highland Island Yeti at 3-1, Duck Ditch Dots at 4-0. If the Dots win, they lock up the number 1 seed and home field advantage for the Ballyard Series. Highland Island Yeti could potentially lose tonight, still be in a mathematical quagmire for a spot in the top 2. Along the same lines, Duck Ditch Dots, if they lose tonight, could wind up in a quagmire for one of the top 2 spots. So both teams with something at stake in Game 1 of our doubleheader on the Ballyard Baseball Network. Pitch 1 coming from Chester Hazawa.
Strike 1.
The count is 0-1.
Ball 1.
Sherlock
The count is
Walk,
1-1.
a purveyor of walks.
Strike 2.
The count is 1-2.
Ball 2.
True to his
The
name.
count is 2-2.
2-2 count to Walk.
Foul.
The count is 2-2.
Sherlock Walk leads the league
Ball
in
3.
walks with 6 walks
The count is 3-2.
through 4 games. 9 plate appearances, 9 times before this at bat. Has Sherlock come to the plate 6 times, earning a walk. Has 1 hit on the year, a triple. Duck Ditch Dots and Porter pitching on the hill, coming off of his perfect game in his last appearance.
The count is 3-2.
Chester Hazawa's pitch fouled away again.
The count is 3-2.
Strike 3, you're out.
Sherlock W strikes out looking, Chester H pitching. Sabrina S steps up to the plate.
Sherlock Walk in disagreement with the call by plate umpire Sean Rourke, thanks to our 5 umpire crew tonight. Sean Rourke behind the plate, Ryan Grogan down the first base line, Mo Mizuraka third base line. The gap being umpired by Jocko Harvey tonight. And the shack, condemned Ballyard Bets building, of course, being tended to and observed by Juco Jimmy. Thanks to Jimmy Juice out there taking care of the Ballyard Bets shack. So Sherlock Walk, pretty sure that was not a strike. He's got a great eye. Fouled away, fouled away, fouled away, and now he is walking away after a heavy at bat. Lots of pitches. You can see at Chester Hazawa, 9 pitches in the books, and the first strikeout of the season issued to a tough eye in Sherlock Walk.
Strike 1.
The count is 0-1.
Sabrina Smoke
Strike
swings
2.
and misses.
The count is 0-2.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Eye contact. S. Tepps and P. Fenway in the outfield. There's a fly ball to left.
Sabrina S flies out to left fielder Iris C. KKC steps up to the plate.
Foul.
KK Campos,
The count is 0-1.
third baseman for the Duck Ditch Dots. Top of the
0-1.
first.
The count is 1-1.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters. KK Campos playing third base defensively. 2 away, nobody aboard.
The count is 1-2.
Campos on a 1-2 pitch. 2 away, pops that up, fouled on the third base side. Chipper Salt is there to make the catch.
KKC flies out to third baseman Chipper S. That ends the top of the first. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 0. Leading off for Highland Island Yeti Orangutan will be Ace R, then Pecos F, then Chipper S.
Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network is brought to you by Water Wings, Sugar Lake's #1
Best-of-1 Wing Shop, and by Fourth Wall Outdoor Cinema, a drive-in without the cars, and by The Sinker Boatyard and Marina. The Sinker, voted 7 years running as America's most ironically named marina.
It's the bottom of the first.
Ball
Duck
one.
Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 0. Ace R is at bat. Porter P pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. The count is 1-1.
Foul.
The count is 1-2.
Porter pitching with the perfect game. Last appearance, riding high, has figured out this game of baseball. Didn't allow a single base runner in the previous outing and was honored a few days later by the commissioners and the management of Ballyard Baseball with a small statue, an installment to commemorate and stand in history for all-time Porter pitching. What a fantastic performance by Porter. Got it all figured out, and Porter perfect gamed it. Riding high, ace round the horn. First batter Porter's facing with a 1-2 count. Drives it to center, and that ball, yep, that ball is yard.
Ace R homers on a line drive to center field. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Pecos F steps up to the plate.
Strike one.
The count is 0-1.
How about that?
Strike two.
2 quick strikes. 3 quick
Strike
strikes.
three, you're out.
Fenway's out. Swinging
Finnegan
on all
H
3.
strikes out swinging. Porter P pitching. That ends the bottom of the
Holy
first.
cow.
1 run.
Porter
1
pitching
hit,
gives
no
up the
errors.
leadoff homer
Duck Ditch
after the
Dots
perfect
Red
game and then
Circle,
strikes out
0.
3
Highland
batters
Island
on
Yeti
9
Orangutan,
swinging
1.
pitches.
Leading off for Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle will be Colt M, then BB. H, then Porter P. It's the top of the second. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Colt M steps up to the plate.
If you're a real baseball player, that guy's a dude. You gotta have the newest, expensivest bat on the market. Bro. And it's gotta have the coolest name. Bro. Brand new. Just dropped. Tanks. Whatever the newest metals and materials might be, this bat is always one evolution newer. The Batco Crouching Tiger Nuke Mash Pummel Destroy Quad X Quadruple Extreme. Making mediocre hitters superstars. That guy's a dude. $600 at a time. Bro. Today's team sponsor for Duck Ditch Dots is Pablo Painter's Painters. The Picasso of Sugar Lake. Pablo Painter has painted everything from the Sweet Strings band shell to the skybox to the Sweet Spot storefront and flyover gondola cars and our local fleet of water taxis. Pablo Painter's Painters says, let's go, Duck Ditch Dots. Dot those corners and paint those edges.
Top of the second inning, Duck Ditch Dots down a run to Highland Island Yeti. Porter pitching, a mild-mannered, polite, pleasant young person. Porter pitching's parents, Peter and Penelope pitching, were present for the honor by Ballyard Baseball. And Porter with the wake-up call, first batter, ace round the horn, homered on a line drive to center field. Look at your screen, the play summary. After that line out to center, Porter pitching, tipped his hat to ace round the horn. Ace gave Porter a little nod back and a tip of his helmet saying, great job, that last perfect game. Not going to happen today. Leadoff home run by Ace round the horn. And then it was 9 consecutive swinging strikes. Porter pitching had a pleasant look on Porter's face, but the arm was firing away, and 9 pitches, 3 outs, all strikeouts. Porter answers that leadoff home run in grand fashion.
It's the top of the second. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 0.
Foul.
The count is 0-1.
Colt Mix is the number 4 batter in the order for Duck Ditch Dots.
Ball 1.
Plays shortstop.
The count is 1-1. Colt M flies out to center fielder Cy T. BB H steps up to the plate.
That's BB Heat, Morgana. BB Heat swinging on the first pitch. Ground ball to third base. Chipper Salt across to Hugo Homer. 2 down.
BB H grounds out. Third baseman Chipper S to first baseman Hugo H. Porter P steps up to the plate.
Ball 1.
The count is 1-0.
Strike 1.
The count is 1-1.
Porter pitching does not have a hit this season at the plate.
The count is 1-2.
Had also not allowed one until last half inning.
The count is 2-2.
Held the opponents hitless in his first pitching appearance. Was held
The count
hitless
is 2-2.
through all 4 of the first 4 games. Porter pitching. Right-handed batter, right-handed arm on the mound. Trying to find his first hit of the season.
The count is 2-2.
Ball 3.
Porter sees ball 3, full
The
count.
count is 3-2.
A 3-2 pitch with 2 away and a 1-run deficit for the Duck Ditch Dots, trying to wrap up the number 1 seed for the Ballyard Series, but they've got a battle today with Highland Island Yeti. Ball swung on and driven by Porter pitching. No hits on the year, not anymore.
That ball is yard.
Porter P homers on a fly ball to center field. Duck Ditch Dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti orangutan. 1. Kendall R steps up to the plate.
Here's K ring up. Catcher lights one up to center also. This one will hang up by the brick wall, and
Kendall R
Cyteps
flies
is
out to
there.
center fielder Cy T. That ends the top of the second. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti orangutan. 1.
Sports fans, broadcast announcing is evolving. Play-by-play is now play-by-play. Who needs bothersome people who have their own opinions, rooting interests, and skin in the game? Play-by-play, the next frontier in sports announcing.
Tonight's team sponsor for Highland Island Yeti is Squatch Shampoo and Hair Products.
Living in the woods, my hygiene is questionable and my social life is challenging. Squatch Shampoo and Hair Products help me tame my mane and remove the bugs and twigs and small animals from my thatch. I use detangler, tick and insect remover, hair cleaner, conditioner, and silky shine gel. And for the aging Yeti, hair regrowth fertilizer, proven to fire up your follicles and thicken your coat back to your teenage look. Squatch Shampoo and Hair Products, Yeti tested, Yeti approved. Squatch Shampoo and Hair Product says, go Highland Island Yeti.
It's the bottom of the second. Duck Ditch Dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti orangutan. 1. Cy T is at bat. It's the bottom of the second. Duck Ditch Dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti orangutan. 1. Cy T steps up to the plate.
Foul.
Right-handed batter, side
The
taps.
count is 0-1.
Ball 1.
The count is 1-1.
It's the bottom of the second inning of a 5-inning ball game, tied at 1.
The count is 1-2.
A home run for each side.
Cy T grounds out. Second baseman Perk P to first baseman KG. Hugo H steps up to the plate.
Hugo Homer plays first base. Batting right-handed. Cy-Tep's behind on that last swing. Went the other way with it. Grounded it out. Now Homer goes the other way right to K-Gas on a line drive.
Hugo H lines out to first baseman KG. Chester H steps up to the plate.
Foul.
The count is 0-1.
Ball 1.
The count is 1-1.
Strike 2.
The count is 1-2.
Chester Hazawa pitching for Highland Island Yeti. Ground ball to shortstop Colt Mix. K-Mix across to K-Gas for the third out.
Chester H grounds out. Shortstop Colt M to first baseman KG. That ends the bottom of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1.
Cliche Country, Sugar Lake's unicorn of radio. Wide open and in the saddle. Tough, gritty. We are servant leaders with exceptional bandwidth who give 110%. So open a can of worms and beat a dead horse. Get outside the box. 108.1 FM. Put a pin in it for a win-win situation. Sugar Lake's Cliche Country, 108.1 FM. It is what it is. You got this. Have a nice rest of your day.
Howdy, y'all. Spurs Chaps from 108.1 FM, Cliche Country. Another remote broadcast from the Ballyard at Sugar Lake. Spurs Chaps, your legendary Hall of Fame disc jockey from 108.1 FM, Cliche Country. Saying howdy ho from the Ballyard. Great to have you with us tonight in a 1-1 ball game to the top of the third of a 5-inning game. Each team fighting for a spot in the postseason, and we have a great start to this one. 1-1, a home run each side. Dots and Yeti going to the top of the third coming up next.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
Hey, Dad,
Now
Little League
ask
Baseball
your
is
wife
what I
what
do
you
when
gotta
there's
stop
no
thinking
baseball.
about
Keeps a
baseball.
I'll
Have
tell you
fun.
what
Off
I do.
the streets.
I stare out the
Yo,
window.
there's
and
no
wait for
crying
spring in baseball.
It's the top of the third. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Perk P is at bat. Chester H pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. Perk P steps up to the plate.
Here's little Perk P. Left-handed batter facing the righty Chester Hazawa, number 8 spot in the order, trying to get something started. 1-1 ball game. Dots at the bat. P's going to bunt down the third baseline. Chipper Salt running play. Fires it across to Hugo Homer in time.
Perk P bunts out. Third baseman Chipper S to first baseman Hugo H. KG steps up to the plate.
K-Gas is batting number 9. Does not have a hit on the season. Kind of like Porter pitching. Both entered with no hits through 4 games.
Foul.
Porter homered first at bat.
The count is 0-1.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Ball 1.
The count's 1-2.
Foul.
The count is 1-2.
Ball 2.
The count is 2-2.
2-2 to K-Gas, looking for her first hit of the year.
Strike
Swinging a
three,
miss. Goes down swinging.
KG strikes out swinging. Chester H pitching. Sherlock W steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Top of the order, Sherlock Walk.
Strike 1.
There's a strike against Sherlock
The count
watching.
is 0-1.
Went down looking first time up. Didn't agree with the call.
Strike 2.
Didn't complain at all. Looks
The count
again.
is 0-2.
Takes 2 pitches looking.
Foul.
That foul brought to you
The
by
count is
Chester's
0-2.
Chicken Farm. feeding foul to the folks of Sugar Lake.
The count is 0-2.
That foul brought to you by Chester's
count is
Chicken
0-2.
Farm. Feeding foul to the folks of Sugar Lake.
The count is 0-2.
Sherlock Walk doing what Sherlock does every time, making a quality approach. Fights the count deep. Pitch from Hazawa. Yeah, saw that coming. Sherlock Walk.
Sherlock W is hit by pitch. Chester H pitching. Sabrina S steps up to the plate. They're 0-1 today.
Now Sabrina Smoke flew out to left field first time up.
Ball 1.
The count is 1-0.
Strike 1.
The count is 1-1.
Foul.
The count is 1-2.
Ball 2.
The count is 2-2.
2 down, top of the third, tie game. Sabrina Smoke, ground ball, ace round the horn, goes the short way to Be Real at second base for the force out.
Sabrina S grounds into fielder's choice. Shortstop Ace R to second baseman BR. Sherlock W out advancing to second. That ends the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck ditch dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan. 1. Leading off for Highland Island Yeti Orangutan will be Iris C, then BR, then Ace R.
For tonight's third inning stretch, our apologies to our 3 performing groups. We accidentally triple booked our performers for tonight's rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So we have a trifecta. By popular fan vote, a request for a repeat performance by the Yeti, also traveling all the way from Scotland for a New Year's celebration at the Ballyard at Sugar Lake, bagpipe performers, Stone Cold Kilters. And we had promised a spot to our very own Drum Diamond in center field. The 3 groups have come together to present this rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
BBN.
Theater of the Mind.
It is indeed a great day at the Ballyard. This is River Morgan. You're listening to Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network.
It's the bottom of the third. Duck ditch dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan. 1. Iris C is at bat. Quarter P pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. That ends the top of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck ditch dots red circle. 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan. 1. Leading off for Highland Island Yeti Orangutan will be Iris C, then BR, then Ace R.
Iris contact, eye contact, Be Real, and A round the horn. 8-9-1 batters coming up for Highland Island Yeti in a tie game, 1-1, middle of the third. Going to the bottom part of the third inning of a 5-inning ball game. On your screen, the standings displayed. Duck ditch dots, the visiting team in this game, the front runners, but could be caught by both of those teams in the final game of the regular season. Bomb Mob plays Monday against Sweetwater Sugar Gliders. Duck ditch with a win clinches the top seed. Bomb Mob and Highland Island Yeti still on the chase. Sweetwater Sugar Gliders mathematically still in it with a 2-2 record. They need some help tonight with a win by Highland Island Yeti. Or check that. They need the Duck Ditch Dots to win. That would make the Yeti 3-2. And then if Bomb Mob would lose, they'd be 3-2. Sweetwater would beat Bomb Mob in that situation, and they would be a three-way 3-2, and tiebreaker chaos would break loose to determine the other team in the Ballyard Series. So it's easy for the Duck Ditch Dots. If they win, they are in tonight. They're playing defense heading to the bottom of the third inning with eye contact at the plate batting.
It's the bottom of the third. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Iris C steps up to the plate.
Foul!
The count is 0-1.
Eye contact, plays left field. First
0-1.
at bat of the night, has a 1-1 count.
The count is 1-1.
And the
Iris
ground
C
ball.
grounds out. Pitcher Porter P to first baseman KG. BR steps up to the plate.
Didn't know if you're going to report on that one, Morgana.
The
Take
count
your
is
time.
0-1.
Ball one.
The count is 1-1.
Ballyard Baseball.
The count is 1-2.
1-2 count to be real. Swing and a
Strike
miss.
three, you're out.
Bottom of the order goes down swinging,
BR
not
strikes
swimming.
out swinging. Porter P pitching.
Back to the top.
Ace R steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 1 today.
A round the horn.
Ballyard Baseball.
Ace homer to lead off the game. The one run up for the Yeti, just the second run of the season allowed by Duck Ditch Dots, and the first hit allowed by Porter pitching after the perfect game.
The count is 0-1.
Hey, Ballyard Baseball. Clap, 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 clap.
Here's an 0-1 pitch with 2 down. Kendall Ring up behind the plate. Fantastic catcher.
Strike two.
The count is 0-2.
That strike brought to you by Local Union 247365. We like strikes.
Ace round the horn. Another foul ball.
The count is 0-2.
In a hole here, grounds it to third base. KK Campos, good glove over at third, and a good throw across the diamond to K
Ace R
Gas.
grounds out. Third baseman KKC to first baseman KG. That ends the bottom of the third. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1.
Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network is brought to you by the Flyover Gondola. Hover over a game or enjoy the best view of Sugar Lake's nightly fireworks show. And by Ballyard Bets, honoring our cease and desist order. And by Sweet Peace Cemetery, the sweet way to go.
Oh hell, I mean, hell, oh hell, I mean, hell, oh, I'm Morgana. Why not? It's the top of the fourth. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 1. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. KKC is at bat. Chester H pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. KKC steps up to the plate. They're 0-1 today.
Ball one.
The count is 1-0.
KK Campos popped out to third base, foul territory first time up. Campos also plays third base. Sent it to KK's counterpart Chipper Salt on that pop-up. There's a soft flare up over third base that hovered into foul territory at the beautiful Ballyard at Sugar Lake on your screen. Beautiful night image. This is a rocket shot to third right at Chipper Salt, and out is KK Campos.
KKC lines out to third baseman Chipper S. Colt M steps up to the plate. They're 0-1 today.
Strike one.
The count is 0-1.
Ball one.
The count is 1-1.
Strike 2.
The count is 1-2.
Colt Mix, 1-2 count with one away. Now a 2-2 after
The
that
count
ball.
is 2-2.
One out, trying to get the go-ahead run on the bases.
The count is 2-2.
K-Mix, number 4 batter, has some pop, drives this to right. Pecos Fenway is there against the 202 and
Colt M
3/8
lines
of a
out
foot
to
sign.
right fielder Pecos F. BB H steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
BB Heat, right-handed batter, the center fielder. 2 away now for BB. Throws heat, hasn't had a chance to pitch this season, but is one of the many gifted arms of the Duck Ditch Dots. BB right down the line, hard ground ball, going to roll to the corner to the 222 sign in a left field, right under the hanging basket on the foul pole. Bounces off the brick into second base.
BB H doubles on a hard ground ball to left fielder Iris C. Porter P steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 1 today.
With 2 outs, runner at second. That's the go-ahead tally out there. Dots in a 1-1 battle. Have only scored 2 runs one time in a game this year. In 4 games played, 5 total runs, 4 wins. Winning with total team tallies offensively of 2, 1, 1, and 1. You don't see that. Porter pitching. Put up the only run of the game with that home run in the second inning after giving up a home run. Lifts a pop-up behind second base. Be Real going back. Stumbles and falls, and that ball is down in the grass in shallow right. Porter pitching comes through with a pop-up RBI.
Porter P singles on a pop fly to second baseman BR. BB H scores. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle 2, Highland Island Yeti Orangutan 1. Kendall R steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Now Kendall ring up. Catcher. Flew out to center field. Digging in, first pitch swinging, drives that to right center. That's a hard ground ball out into the grass. Porter pitching round second and heads into third base. 2 outs and the corners now where the runners are.
Kendall R singles on a hard ground ball to center fielder Cy T. Porter P advances to third. Perk P steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Here's Perk P. Number 8 batter trying to extend now on a 2-1 lead for Duck Ditch Dots. First pitch from Hazawa. Perk bunts it. Chester Hazawa pitcher scrambles off fields. It holds Porter pitching at third base. Everybody else is safe. Ring up to second, P to first.
Perk P singles on a bunt to pitcher Chester H. Porter P held up at third. Kendall R advances to second. KG steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Without a hit on the season, K Gas, bases full of dots, fouls it away.
The count is 0-1.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Right side batter, hitless on the year, fouls it away again.
The count is 0-2.
0-2 count, 2 outs, 2-1 ball game. Rocket toward left center. That's going to sail through the hole in the wall. K Gas.
That ball is yard.
KG homers on a line drive to left field. Porter P scores. Kendall R scores. Perk P scores. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle 6, Highland Island Yeti Orangutan 1. Sherlock W steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
How about that for a first hit of the year? K Gas, a 4-run, 4-bagger. Put 4 ribbies on for K and a shot through the hole in the wall in left center between those hanging baskets. It's 6-1. The Duck Ditch Dots have scored more runs in this game than they did total combined in their first 4 games. And if they hold this lead, that would be a helpful momentum move for the Dots, who've had no offense this year. But if they make the best-of-3 Ballyard Series, opponent beware, the offense waking up. Sherlock walk, strikeout looking on a borderline strike 3 call. First at bat, then hit by a pitch.
The count is 1-0.
Ball 2.
The count is 2-0.
Ball
That
3.
ball brought to you by
The count is
Rocky
3-0.
Mountain Oysters.
Ball 4. Take a base.
Sherlock W walks. Chester H pitching. Sabrina S steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 2 today.
So Sabrina Smoke, first pitch rocket back to the gut of Chester Hazawa, who absorbs it and
Sabrina
hangs
S
on.
lines out to pitcher Chester H. That ends the top of the 4th. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Leading off for Highland Island Yeti Orangutan will be Pecos F, then Chipper S, then Finnegan H.
Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network is brought to you by Go-Karts, Cajun kart racing in Sugar Lake, beignets and baseball, and Speed, your fast track to fun. Turbocharged Go-Karts, powered by rocket-grade kerosene. And by Fish Around and Find Out, Sugar Lake's only bait and tackle shop. Explore the sweet waters of Sugar Lake. See what you can hook, fish around, and find out. And by Poppy's Popcorn. We do one thing, and we do it well. The finest of all food groups, the essence of essential.
Popcorn. Hot, fresh, popcorn.
Thank you for listening to Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network.
It's the bottom of the 4th. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Pecos F is at bat. Porter P pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. That ends the top of the 4th. 5 runs, 5 hits, no errors. Duck Ditch It's the bottom of the 4th. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Pecos F steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Line shot to center. BB Heat is there on the Pecos Fenway
Pecos F lines
rocket.
out to center fielder BB H. Chipper S steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Chipper Salt liner down and a double for Chipper Salt. First hit of the day for Chipper.
S doubles on a line drive to center fielder BB H. Finnegan H steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Finnegan Hoff, line drive to right, diving Sabrina Smoke, making the catch. Chipper Salt will
Finnegan
tag
H
up.
lines out to right fielder Sabrina S. Chipper S advances to third after tagging up. Cy T steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Cy Teps, Chipper Salt at third. 2 away, needs some runs. Bottom of the 4th, 5-inning game. Line drive, Kendall Ring up the catcher, reaches around and takes it away. We've seen that before.
Cy T lines out
from
to
Kendall.
catcher Kendall R. That ends the bottom of the 4th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Leading off for Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle will be KKC, then Colt M, then BB H.
Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network is brought to you by the Flyover Gondola. Hover over a game or enjoy the best view of Sugar Lake's nightly fireworks show. And by Ballyard Bets, honoring our cease and desist order. And by Sweet Peace Cemetery, the sweet way to go. Ballyard Baseball on the Ballyard Baseball Network is brought to you by Water Wings, Sugar Lake's #1 of one wing shop, and by Fourth Wall Outdoor Cinema, a drive-in without the cars, and by The Sinker Boatyard and Marina. The Sinker, voted 7 years running as America's most ironically named marina.
Yeehaw!
Ribby Rodeo, professional rodeo in Sugar Lake. 2 nights each week. We're not stupid, only on nights there are not ball games at the Ballyard. All good rodeo starts with bull riding and ends with bull riding. Recognized as the #1 barrel racing rodeo on the circuit. Plus, mutton busting, greased pig, and open pits provided by Bullpen Barbecue. Ribby Rodeo is a proud partner of Ballyard Baseball.
With our first ever doubleheader scheduled tonight, the umpires working quick, going right back to the action.
It's the top of the 5th. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. KKC is at bat. Chester H pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. It's the top of the 5th. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. KKC is at bat. Chester H pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. The count is 2-2.
KK Campos looking, goes down, backward K, one away.
KKC strikes out looking, Chester H pitching. Colt M steps up to the plate, they're 0 for 2 today.
The left field single, first pitch swinging, Colt Mix.
Colt M singles on a line drive to left fielder Iris C. BB. H steps up to the plate. They're 1 for 2 today.
BB heat now after that first pitch swing from Colt Mix. Going to take a swing at this first pitch and rope that. Long shot to center. That is deep to the brick wall. Side taps his back. Up against the brick, leaps.
BB. H lines out to center fielder Saiti. Colt M remains at first. Porter P steps up to the plate. They're 2 for 2 today.
It was more exciting than that, Morgana.
Foul!
The count is 0-1.
Ball 1.
The count is 1-1.
Strike 2.
The count is 1-2.
Foul!
Porter pitching,
The count is 1-2.
looking for a complete game tonight. Now a 6-1 lead. Dribbler back to the mound. Chester Hazawa has it.
Porter P grounds out. Pitcher Chester H to first baseman Hugo H. That ends the top of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1.
That'll take us to the bottom of 5. Last chance for Highland Island Yeti. Duck Ditch Dots have only allowed 2 total runs on the season. The Yeti are going to need 5 to force a tie, 6 to pull out the win. Remember, the Yeti can still stay in contention.
It's the bottom of the 5th.
In
Duck
the easy Morgana. Stay in contention in the standings, which you now see on your screen. It would be a long shot for the Yeti, but they still would have a mathematical chance to get their way into the Ballyard Series, and the Dots can clinch the #1 seed with a win here in this game tonight. That's what's at stake as we head to the final bat of the night. Highland Island Yeti, bottom of the 5th. It'll be the final frame regardless of score. See what happens on the backside. And the final look at the Highland Island Yeti, down by 5, trying to climb their way back against the premium pitching of the Duck Ditch Dots and their starter, Porter, pitching.
River Morgan presents famous baseball quotes.
You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris.
It's
supposed to be always in your
If it wasn't
hard.
me,
Everyone would do second base. The
and
hard
keep your foot
is what
on
makes
first.
it great. You want to have a catch, Smalls? Some of my favorites. So many to choose from. Beautiful montage of the words of baseball. Bottom of the fifth now for Highland Island Yeti.
It's the bottom of the fifth. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Hugo H is at bat. Porter P pitching. The bases are empty, no one out. That ends the top of the fifth. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Leading off for Highland Island Yeti Orangutan will be Hugo 8. It's the bottom of the fifth. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1. Hugo H steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Hugo Homer, strike one looking against
The
Porter
count is
pitching.
0-1.
Strike 2.
Porter with
The count is
43
0-2.
pitches thrown on the day.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Ball 1.
In the process
The
of
count
this
is 1 and 2.
at-bat with Hugo Homer, 1-2.
Ball 2.
Now 2-2.
The count is 2-2.
Swing and a miss. Ball in the dirt. Kendall ring up. Nice block down to K-Gas.
Hugo H out at first on dropped third strike. Chester H steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Foul.
The count is 0-1.
Strike 2.
That strike
The
brought
count
to
is
you
0
by
and 2.
Local Union 247-365. We like strikes.
The count is 0-2.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Foul.
The count is 0-2.
Chester Hazawa not going down easily, trying to fight his way aboard.
The count is 1-2.
That ball brought to you by Rocky Mountain Oysters.
Foul.
The count is 1-2.
Ground out to shortstop. First time up for Chester Hazawa. Good job pitching today.
Strike 3,
Swings
you're
and
out.
misses as that one.
Chester H strikes out swinging. Porter P pitching. Iris C steps up to the plate. They're 0 for 1 today.
Iris contact. Eye contact in. Swings first pitch. Liner to Porter pitching. That's going to put a 6-1 final on this one.
Iris C lines out to pitcher Porter P. That ends the bottom of the fifth. No runs, no hits, no errors. Duck Ditch Dots Red Circle, 6. Highland Island Yeti Orangutan, 1.
Highland Island Yeti go down in order in the final frame. Strikeout, strikeout, line out. And the Duck Ditch Dots have clinched the top spot in the Ballyard Series. 5-0 in the regular season. Perfect mark for Duck Ditch Dots. They'll take the number 1 seed. Just the top 2 teams advancing of our 6 Ballyard baseball teams. And that is the best outcome you could ask for the Dots. They put up some offense in this one. 6 runs, including a grand slam from their number 9 batter, K-Gas. And they run away with a 6-1 win. If you look at your screen at the box score, they fell behind 1-0 in the first as Porter pitching, coming off his perfect game. Leadoff batter took him yard, ace round the horn. After that, nothing more. Just one more hit the rest of the game. Chipper Salt had a double, and the Duck Ditch Dots 5-run fourth takes them through to a 6-1 win, scoring more runs tonight than they had all season in 4 games. Scored 5 runs in their first 4 contests. They get 6 tonight. Look out, Ballyard baseball teams, whoever makes the series. That's going to be a wake-up about the offense of the Duck Ditch Dots. As Helen Keller so eloquently put it, among the many fine words, life is either a daring adventure or nothing. Helen Keller, look her up. Reminder about life and opportunity. Wow, what a game tonight. Look at the information on your screen now with the final score. We know that of the 6 teams, one of those in the Ballyard Series will be the Duck Ditch Dots. And you can see the schedule for the Ballyard Series, the best of 3 on your screen in January. Coming up for your enjoyment is the Ballyard Series with the Duck Ditch Dots, the number 1 seed. They'll have home field advantage, which means in Game 1 on Wednesday, January 15th, they will be the home team, and they will host whoever ends up with the number 2 seed. Still some math to work out on that. The second game, Duck Ditch Dots, would be visitor on Friday, January 17th. And if the third game is needed on Friday, January 24, Duck Ditch Dots would have the home field advantage. They'd be home in games 1 and 3 of the series that you see on your screen, and they would be the visitor in game 2. Congratulations to Coach Pablo Painter and the Duck Ditch Dots. Coach Shaggy Brown, Highland Island Yeti, now still with a chance. They're going to be looking for some help in that game coming up on Monday. They've got Sweetwater and Bomb Mob going at it, and they'll need Sweetwater to win and all kinds of mathematical chaos to break loose, but the Yeti not gone yet. It's our first ever doubleheader tonight. We'll have more action coming up. First, we'll take a break, come back and close this one out, and then take a short respite to prepare for Game 2 between Prenatal Prospects and Elite Prospects, Gold Platinum Elite, but a foreshadowing, a premonition about what's likely to happen. I'm going to have some catering brought in between games and then do my typical exit after Game 2 to my corner booth, thanks to the finest of all the greases in town for sponsoring Ballyard Baseball.
The 12-6 Diner, voted Sugar Lake's #1 diner since dining. Owner and line cook Uncle Charlie invites you to stop in at the 12-6 Diner, inspired by the curveballs of Nolan Ryan, Sandy Koufax, Barry Zito, Clayton Kershaw, Tim Lincecum, Pedro Martinez, and Hideki Okajima. Take a picture with our statue of Candy Cummings, inventor of the curveball in the 1860s. Open daily from midnight to 6 a.m. The place to be after every game at the Ballyard. Talk ball, be seen, and eat locally greased and fried diner food at the 12-6 Diner.
That lonesome whistle of the Sugar Tracks Railroad, reminder to the Sugar Tracks engineers, nobody leaving the Ballyard tonight. Everybody sticking around, a sold-out crowd on hand, as is always the case here at the Ballyard at Sugar Lake. These fine folks are sticking around for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Hope you'll join us for that right now. Coming up next on the Ballyard Baseball Network, there will be fireworks between games with a New Year's celebration with our Scotland-based traveling bagpipe crew. Stone Cold Kilters going to perform with the fireworks between games. A double feature of fireworks tonight. Now that is pretty cool. So the Stone Cold Kilters will fire it up. Our final score, 6-1. Duck Ditch Dots claim the top seed in the Ballyard Series. We're coming back with Game 2 of our doubleheader, and it'll be fun. Prenatal Prospects, Elite Prospects, Gold Platinum Elite, both winless, both looking for their first win of the year. Something's got to give. They can't both lose. That's coming up on our second game of our doubleheader in just minutes from now. Until I see you in a few, you're at the Ballyard, where the dugouts are always clean, the umpire's always right, and nobody forgets their water bottle. Stone Cold Kilters and fireworks.
of the mind.